All right, desktop will have to do. I'm still booting up the game. But then once we get into the game, we can do quests. Anyways, hello everyone, and happy New Year's. I hope everyone's enjoying their fresh pair of oracular inputs, because that will be what you're stuck with for the next 366 days, because it's a leap year this year. So hope you're liking them. I hope you got them. If you didn't, then I'm not the ears guy. I don't know. I got big ears, but I'm not the guy who distributes the new ears. So, sorry about that. Hope you got them. So, quest stuff. Eventually, it will pick up on my Minecraft window. There we go. Quest stuff. As you may have seen on Twitter last week, while I was dog sitting, I worked on an entire quest chapter for Blood Magic. It was very thorough. I was very happy with it. My changes didn't get saved. They're gone. They are gone. And I don't really know what to do about it. I really wanted to ditch... Uh-oh. Did I break something? Server event recipe... No, that's useless. This is useless. Come on, Cube.js. Oh my. So I just updated Embers, and it seems like we have a pretty substantial update. That's interesting. All right, well, let's go ahead and start by sort lines ascending. Embedium++, you should no longer have... Oh, I meant to do assume unchanged. There we go. So that's fine. Server.log. Right, you're not going to show up. Love that. Logs, server, error, server bench recipes. Are you going to tell me which file? I bet I know which one this is. I'm betting Embers Rekindled probably changed the recipe style for stamping. Let's check this out and see. Event.custom. We don't need the condition. Input, output, stamp. Molten iron is still a thing, right? Are you still tagged? You're not tagged. Well, that's probably the issue. No, it's still tagged. All right. Yeah, this recipe is definitely broken. What broke, though? Here, the copper aspectus. So let's go look at that and see. Input, output is going to be this. Really should be at the bottom. Molten lead. With an iron ingot and an ingot stamp. Gets you pewter. Yeah, nothing here has changed. This is effectively the same stuff. So I'm not sure what has happened. Seems like nothing has happened. Just being a big goofy goober. All right, well. And then I take it my pewter recipe is still in here. One of them is. Interesting. This Emperor's update was definitely much bigger than I thought it was. How very interesting. Okay, hang on, back it up for a second. And now the recipe is gone entirely. Unknown item, forge ingots, iron, and lead. Okay, well that's not good. Because that's supposed to be a tag. Hey. Cool. Okay, that's cool. Any ridiculous crap I need to go disable? I doubt it, but... That's neat. I want to check real quick. Yes, okay, so these recipes did work, and they still stuck. Okay. I was worried, since my quests reverted, I was like starting to worry a little bit that something else had broken as well. Switch you over to full screen. So I have, let's see, I've been cooking. I've been breeding. I've been working on a bunch of sugarcane expansion. That's pretty much it. Oh, I've been working on the Aether area over here a little bit as well. Not much, but some. Made pathways between places. So now everything has a pathway kind of back and forth in between and about. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Luna. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have a very wonderful New Year's Day. Let's see, more speed effect. So that's probably coming from the pumpkin pie. Okay, so we... Well, those advanced tooltips are a bit much. We need to work on some questing today. So that's what I wanted to work on the most. You can see I've gone through, I swear to God, FTB quests, if you cannot save one very simple setting, this one, right here, then what good are you? I keep on having to change it. So, I've added in some imagery. Interesting, you can click on the image, but you can't drag on it, or like drag with it. Odd. So, I've added in imagery for all of these. I had to make this icon, but it's whatevs. Embers, create. I don't have anything for the rest of them. I haven't done really anything else for the rest of these categories yet. I was working on an overview because I kind of wanted to just say screw FTB quests. Here's like a minimal quest line, and then just leave you with like 15 quests for the entire pack. But after all the work I've already done with everything else, I'm kind of like too stubborn to get rid of all this. So we do need to reorganize this. A lot of the stuff I'm going to probably cull and replace with just general conversation around it. Because I have already written this twice. Now, one thing that I'm going to do, so I did this before. Is I'm going to remove, if I remove the embers tag, and then I pick something up from embers, I've got some in here, it will convert into a dwarven artifact. Cool. Good. So we want to make a new quest real quick. And it's going to be skip this chapter. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a command. Let's see. Silent. Run with elevated permission. At P. We're going to give them the embers tag. Auto claim enabled. And let's see. I didn't realize embers shipped with so many tool textures. They're really pretty too. Surprising. Very surprising. All right, so what I did last time, one thing worth mentioning is blood magic. As fun as it is, and as much fun as I've had playing it, I do understand that the topic of self-harm is very sensitive. Like, I totally get that it's not... It's trauma rehashing, trauma inducing for some, and I don't expect people to not feel comfortable and force themselves through this chapter, or just stop playing the pack because a certain mod makes them uncomfortable. So I am giving people an out for this pack, for this one quest chapter. If they don't want to do it, they can click this button. They'll get the tag that they would get if they got the Hellfire Forge, and they will also get the Tinker Hammer, which they will need. And yeah, so let's see. What I did before, my deepest apologies for making you feel... All right, let's see. If you felt in the slightest bit uncomfortable with this mod, and I do hope continue playing and continue to enjoy the pack by clicking the... I forget what you can do. To the arts of Dwarven Magitex. Because I really don't want people to feel uncomfortable. That means like a significant portion to me that like people can be can be comfortable as much as they need to be. Now, what I did, let's see. So I made this quest optional. I also made the size tiny. So I did like this. And now it's gone. Goodbye. You can't see it. You can't even click on it. It is infinitesimally small. Now what I can do is quickly, I'm going to go ahead and save on the server now. That way we don't lose our progress, because I keep doing that. And then I've got the quest ID from VS Code here. So what I'm going to do is in the intro, what we'll do here, let's see. If you feel even slightly discomforted by the subject of self-sacrifice, self-harm, I completely understand and uncomfortable with the idea of self-sacrifice, self-harm. I totally understand and do not...
Narrator, off.
...want you to feel this way at all. If this is the case, click here to skip this entire quest chapter. And I believe I put this on a page break. Click here to skip this entire quest chapter. Should be a link. Sorry, I forgot that it's this one. And then what I did was color gold. right? Do not want you to feel this way at all. I don't remember how I did this. I remember that it was stupid. Or did I do this? I remember that I did something really specific, and I can't remember what I did. It was super weird. Oh, love it. Okay. So now what I want to know is if I do this. Okay, so that works. Hey, good to see you, Minecraft Bear. How's it going? Doing okay. Sucks that I have to redo this quest chapter, but it is what it is. Okay, let's see. Week. Blank slates. Many various blood checks, including various. You read in the, I should actually start formatting it like this. Sanguine, Scientium, that blank slates are the key to many various blood magics, including a selection of sigils which seem to use the magic stored, or seem to use the life essence. Hey Luke, how goes it? Essence stored in your soul network. This I usually keep selected in a lighter blue. Should really just keep a notepad of things that I regularly am going to need to copy paste, because I really get tired of doing these formatting codes. I did them all, and I'm frustrated that I have to do this again. Let's see. You've read in the Sanguine Scientium that the blank slates are the key to many various blood magics, including a selection of sigils. Oh, cool. Good for you, Minecraft Bear. This isn't this is mod pack development. This isn't like a server that I'm playing on, so you won't be able to join me. But you can try to join on some of the other servers, maybe. And Luke, doing good. I've already kind of chatted about this on Twitter, but I wrote this entire quest chapter throughout the entirety of last week, and it's gone. I transferred everything over from my laptop to my desktop, and I noticed that this entire quest chapter had not saved. So I'm having to do it again, which sucks, because I spent a lot of time on this chapter. But hey. I figured if I'm going to do it again, I can at least do it with y'all. That way it's not as boring. And I'm cutting a couple of corners to make it a little quicker, because I put a lot of description in for things that like are just quality of life things. Like sigils aren't necessary. You don't need sigils. Including, which seem to utilize the life essence stored in your soul network to work. You know, I've got to say, as much as I hate FTP quests, and I really wish I didn't have to use it, it is the best of the other choices that I have. Hello, friend. My other options are going to be Heracles, which is the new one from the... I don't remember the name of the team. The same team that makes Ad Astra and a couple of the other really good mods. They're making a whole bunch of new, like, FTB replacements. But Heracles, the quest one, it's not ready. It's not bad, it's just not great. You can't even reorganize, good God. You can't even reorganize quest chapters yet. And you can't move quests out of a chapter and into another one. So if you want to reorganize them, tough luck. So it's not really ready yet, unfortunately. And then HQM is just ridiculously difficult to work with. Mad props to anyone who uses it. Especially thinking of Agrarian Skies and Jaded Cat's whole adventures. Mind you, at the time, HQM was the only questing mod, so I guess you just used whatever you had to use, but I see you. Do I need this much wool? Nah. Am I getting this much wool? Yeah. Because, yeah, I was about to go start documenting the Embers pipeline and noticed that blood magic had been completely obliviated of all of its changes that I made, which made me big sad. I've done a couple of small changes to recipes as well. Last week, I did a couple of pretty big ones, actually. Let me think. So, Entangled now requires a singularity. One moment, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. So now require AE2 singularities. It just kind of made sense. These entangled blocks can be used for XNet, so XNet got entirely re-recipeed as well. And so you now need basic logistical transporters and a logistical sorter to make routing network cables, and those can be dyed to make the various network cables or facades. You'll need basic or elite control circuits for the advanced or basic connectors of all of the varieties. The controller itself requires some HDPE, a steel sheet. Let me go wash my hands actually real quick. And a couple of other things, because I really like XNet. 1 second. Sorry, my nose was very angry. So let's see. The wireless router. No, hang on. Controller. So yeah, steel, HDPE, and an ultimate circuit. Let's see. Routers require routing cables. The antenna and stuff all require steel. Redstone proxies use the entangled blocks, and then the one that takes updates uses an observer. The wireless router is just a router with more ultimate control circuits. Applied Energistics got a rewrite as well. I replaced iron with steel in every recipe, because everything looks like it's made out of steel anyway. And then all of the processors have been retextured. Just barely, but you can see that they have slightly different colorations. And that's because they have different recipes. They use copper wire, which is actually used in the creation of circuits and processors, so it kind of made sense. Not really processors anymore. Most of that is transistors. And so these, yeah, ultimate control circuits from Mechanism. So these all use the various circuits from Mechanism as well now. I'm really big on inter-mod cooperation. It's really what makes a mod pack feel like the mod author spent time to understand what each mod does and how they work together. So yeah, everything uses steel now that should use steel, which makes me feel a lot better. What else did I do? I got rid of the crank. And tiny TNT can now be used to make one singular compressed iron ingot. Or you can make a whole block at a time through compacting. So instead of doing the in-world explosion thing, which is kind of wonky, you just do this. Which makes me feel quite happy. And then modular routers, that's another one that I did. Modular routers got... No, I disabled the explosion. I don't really like it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense here. I wish I could still make it do the explosion sound while doing the recipe, but I don't think I can. Modular router's got a minor rewrite that uses plastics and compressed iron and ender pearls. That way you can get into modular routers a little earlier, because it was bothering me that you couldn't really get into modular routers until end of game. What else? What else? I mean, no, there's other tech. It's just so pneumatic craft is the gateway to pretty pipes. So you'll use compressed iron ingots to make pipes. You'll use plastic to make the blank modules. You can see you need the little crystal displays. These are super cheap. And compressed iron for the terminal. Pipe pressurizer. Obviously needed more pressure stuff. So yeah, like the ideal, you can skip, the idea is you'll be able to skip pneumatic craft entirely if you really wanted to, and just go straight from point A to B to C. I don't actually know what is gating mechanism for the most part, except for, oh, what the heck is the thing called? No, not not the PRC. Metallurgic infuser requires steel. That's right. So you'll need steel. So you'll need to do immersive or create. Yeah, so I mean, like, the idea is you'll need to do them somewhat in an order, but not like... Once you get done with create enough, you can really just skip straight into mechanism if you really wanted to. Create allows you to make steel from steel nuggets. So you can use this recipe, ash and iron, to make steel. And then once you get your steel, you can just go ahead and make the metallurgic infuser and make some sort of a generator to create, by the way, silicon can only be made in one of two ways. What am I looking for? Steel, the enriched iron. But steel dust, you can just make it in here. Like, I'm not going to get rid of this recipe. You cannot loot the steel. The steel is not loot. Matter of factly, this is really cool. So I'm using a mod. I think it's called Loot.js, but I want to confirm. Yeah, Loot.js lets you do loot table modifications at the JavaScript level using Cube.js. And it's really cool because rather than having to find each and every JSON file across each and every mod, you just do it in here in one place, and then you're good. So this is where a lot of our loot modifiers occur, which are pretty straightforward. So custom silver lead, replaces Ember's raw lead with Eidolons. I have a really weird preference between these two mods. Deep slate ore should always drop double. And so here you can see I just say, hey, is this drop a raw material? And if it is a raw material, in other words, if you're not silk touching, set count times 2. So deep slate loot is improved there. These mobs have their leather drops doubled as well, because leather is way too scarce. Looter chests all drop wooden chests when you break them. From expanded storage, rather than Minecraft's vanilla chest. All of Pneumatic Craft's loot that I've found so far gets removed from all loot tables. This is actually a problem. This will be a problem. I replaced all of Blood Magic Sulfur with Eidolon Sulfur because it should be the default, but in some of the dungeon chests, they don't replace like they should. The Warden doesn't drop anything. I don't know why it does drop anything, but it now doesn't. So yeah, like adding these loot tables, really cool. Actually, since it's not a block loot, you know, I'm typing out all this stuff, but I could also just give it a try. Specifically, there was a... compressed stone. That's a great example to just give a try real quick. I have a reason for doing it this way, by the way. Because I don't have the Pneumaticraft tag, if I'd given it to myself, it would convert to an artifact, which I don't want that. I don't need an artifact. Okay, yeah, they don't drop. That's a problem. And... you know what, though? I'm willing to bet. Data, Pneumaticraft, loot tables, chests. Yeah, this is really the only chest that I'm worried about. So what we can do is if we go to Cube.js, data... there, boom. And then what you could do to test this is if we do loot, insert, yep, nothing. Cool. So now the mechanic's house will be empty. And that's fine. But if I do, actually... hey, Ragecron, how goes it? If I do that, hey, now you drop. Mind you, you get converted to a pneumatic artifact, but hey. Cool, okay, good. So that's the thing, right? Pneumatic iron you won't be able to find. Sorry, compressed iron you won't be able to find. And then immersive. Doesn't give you steel. They give you the steel components. But then as soon as you get these, it's just going to turn into an engineering artifact. Until you've unlocked it. I don't like that the steel nuggets are like this. I need to fix that. Or that the nickel and lead nuggets are the wrong ones. I need to fix that. But see, like it's just steel rods and steel components. Nice. Pretty good. Having to redo an entire quest chapter here for blood magic, but it is what it is. Why didn't I think of this before? It's actually really kind of smart. And you can do the color formatting codes here too. They just don't tell you that you can do them. Let's see. I'm trying to think of something that's alliterative that works for Aether. Aether being a world where you mostly just go there to kick butt and take names. With the 3 dungeons, after all. Let's see. I'm not sure. Oh, let me think. Sky. I actually don't remember the color code for purple. Cumulus Calamity is fine. Mind you, you won't see these chapters until, like right now I'm in edit mode, but this is all you'll see up front, and then as you get through this mod, it'll unlock more. You shouldn't see anything here either, but these don't have their dependencies hooked up yet. They did. I had all this done, as you can imagine. Alright, Cumulus Calamity. The Aether, single attack. I wish you could do tooltips on these. Oh, you can. I didn't think you could. Oh, am I thinking of these? I'm thinking of these. Okay. I like that. Then we'll do that. Let's see. So let's do... do 5 and then D for this one. Right, not tag, subtitle. What is it, 3? I should really just put this here. Three is dark, B is light, that's right. I think it's C for red, yeah. And then, let's see. Embers will be gold, so... Dwarven Delight. We gotta keep with the alliteration. So far, I've put probably close to 80 hours into this. Here, we can ask, let's ask Prism Launcher. I mean, ever since I started using Prism Launcher, I've played for 73 days across all my instances. I've played for 31 days. So I think that's a little more than 80 hours. Whoops. Mind you, a lot of that time was AFK. Probably a good 72 hours. So probably closer to 28 days of actual playtime. Whoa, it's the song. Anyways, I really like this format, so I'm gonna stick with it. Sorry. Being tall means you have to stretch a lot. Before it slips my mind, let's go fix the immersive engineering loot. Too many windows open. There we go. We'll do this. We'll save it. Nugget is our issue, so we want this to be... There we go. Nugget silver should be this one. Nugget nickel was fine. Nugget lead should be Eidolon lead nugget. Cool. Where did you find that quote? I'll answer your question. I'm just curious where you got that from. Oh, well, that's not creepy. Hey, silver. Come on, give me some lead. Okay. So that... Alright, it's a very long story. I hope you've been around in the Minecraft modding community for a while, because it gets complicated. Before Minecraft Forge and Fabric and all of this stuff, back in the year 2010, 2011, there was a concept of neither. Forge wasn't its own thing. Forge was a library, an add-on, if you will, for another mod. And so the way it worked back in those days is you had Risugami's mod loader. Let me pause my game. I didn't know that that was a shortcut to kill Firefox, and now I'm very annoyed. Anyways, let's try that again. So, mod loader is ancient. And so basically, aha, perfect. Mod loader has been around since Minecraft Alpha. You can see it goes through beta. All of the beta releases had mod loader. This is all the way up to beta 1.9 preview 5, or pre-release 5, and then here is for Minecraft 1.0. Now, what's cool, man, look at all these mods for 1.0. What's cool is Minecraft Forge was an add-on for Risugami's mod loader. So this was Risugami's mod loader. You can see Lex and CPW and a lot of other very famous names all kind of here together. The ones towards the end are the more recent ones. Like I know Willy Willis was not until like I think 2016, but I know Space Toad was one of the OGs. Skokiv, I remember Flower Child for the longest time was part of it. And essentially, the explanation that I'm going to give is when I got into development, when I got into coding, I learned through Risugami's mod loader how to decompile Minecraft using MCP, how to edit entityzombie.java to change it to drop feathers again. That was my first ever mod, was to make zombies in 1.8 stop dropping rotten flesh and start dropping feathers again. And then how to compile it as a class file again, that you would then, back in the day, you would just put it in your minecraft.jar, delete your meta inf, and call it a day. So, all of this is to say, we wanted to learn more. My friend and I both wanted to learn more. Let's see. Here we go. And so me and so he changed his username a dozen times. Me and Allstar, who's, wait, is this the Bob Mousy? Holy crap! If only he knew. Oh my god. Wow! If only he knew. Okay, so back in the day, there were a bunch of biomes that he made as part of an update for, I think, 1.3? Yeah, 1.3. But Dale and I worked together in learning development. He actually went on to become a game developer and went to game dev school and did, like, the fast track and got right into it, started his own studio. Like, he got into it real quick. I took a little while, but he and I learned programming together through Minecraft modding. And he was like, I want to learn how to do Minecraft Forge modding. I want to learn how to do armor, and I want to learn how to do tools. So we looked up like the most common gems and minerals and added, I think, close to, we sprited and added nearly, I think, 30 different ores and minerals and made armor sets and tool sets for all of them. It was not good. Man, some of these are so old. So that's why it was like, ugh, just because it was like super, super, super old. Tale of Kingdoms, Stone to Stone. Yeah, back in the day. I'm looking for... Let's see. Yeah, you can see some of our relations, if you would. Why is this so small? What was VineFix? I have no idea what this is for. I don't know what that is either. We're not gonna acknowledge that. Legend of Leroy. He was super into, like, the... I don't even remember. There was a YouTuber style that he was really into. CNanner style, almost. Never the style of video that I ever watched. What is VineFix? But yeah, we met on YouTube. I was uploading Minecraft beta vanilla content at the time. In 2011-ish. And he was like, hey man, you want to do like a co-op together? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then we became besties. And we don't chat anymore just because we're both busy in our own different ways. Nothing happened. We just have been busy. He lives in Arizona. I live in Tennessee. You can kind of imagine that we don't exactly hang out. We've never exactly hung out. So yeah, you can see like there's a lot of history for this mod, and he went on to remake it later, I think. Anyways, so yeah, like super, super long story. I cannot believe that Bob Mousy commented on his mod. Like Mousy's mobs, Bob Mousy. Anyways, Minecraft Forum is a great flashback for that. Throwback. You know, I do wonder, let me go to his threads and see, does he still have his YouTube channel? He does. Wow. I didn't know he still made videos. Well, 3 years is not exactly still made videos, but I mean, these were big updates. And then 10 years. Amps. God, that was 10 years ago. Holy cow. 2014 was 10 years. I think 10 years ago, I'm still thinking it's 2018. I had a lot of Let's Play series. I've always really wanted to do Let's Plays, and, like, I've enjoyed them. But, they don't go very well, kind of ever, as far as success goes. And I don't really care about that. It's just how it goes. But yeah, 11 years ago, this was a big one, like, that I was really excited about. It ended kind of soon because I kind of ran out of ideas. And this was for Minecraft 1.4, I believe. Here, let's go do something really cursed. This isn't my account. Hang on. You think it's my account, but it's not. I don't know how I signed in. So let's try something else. Nope, that ain't it. Here we go. We'll just do this. So yeah, for the longest time, I think this was where I started. Yeah, that channel hasn't existed in a long time. The Mystic mods, these are super dead. But this is one of the first mods that I took over. Added little dungeons and stuff. This was from Axebane's Mystic mods. So Axebane originally made these in beta 1.7.3. If you've ever played the Yogbox mod pack, you'll see these mods around a lot. All the photos are broken here, so I'll use my photos instead. I retextured a whole bunch. The structures I cleaned up a good bit. And like did a good handful of cleanup. I think I dropped this in 1.6. Yeah. Then there's recipes. God, remember when? So there were like all the metals and stuff I retextured. All these blocks I retextured. These bricks, rather. The gems I retextured. The metals I didn't. That's right. I forgot. You can tell that I wasn't ever good at textures. You can see these tools are all using the vanilla textures that came with the OG pack. And then the Mystic bag I added myself, but that texture was just like one of the open source ones at the time. Yeah, I definitely do better now than I used to. Yellowite. No, that was, I don't remember what that was called. What was that called? I didn't even keep this on a repo or anything, I don't think. And then GoToLink would continue to update these for a while, but not for too long. Minecraft Forever was like the first pack or first stream series that I did. I have no idea. I have no idea if the Wayback Machine does YouTube links. I didn't think they would, but it would have been outstanding if they did. Because I deleted the videos. I didn't even, like, delist them, because at the time that wasn't a thing. You can see I had a really difficult time with a lot of, like, naming of things for the longest time. Let's see. Let's go through it, because there's some fun ones. Mystic RPG was part of the Mystic Mod series that Dale and I did together. So there were... Woof. There was a armor set. There was a gear set. No, this one was one that I took over for someone. That's right. Chainmail armor recipes. I forgot about the ambrosia. I'm not sure. These recipes weren't mine. I really just maintained this one for a while. So this one was from Sheen Rocks. Let's see. Builder's glass. Oh, the recipes are broken. I really hope I have pictures somewhere. Well, it's still on GitHub. It's not on GitHub. I made a bunch of different colored variants, and then Builder's Glass would connect, which at the time was not easy. Season 1 install guide, you can see the full mod list here. So you can see it had Red Power 2, it had, like, this was the mod list at the time. I love how small this was. Back in the day, this was huge, but this was small. I had my configs uploaded somewhere. I don't think this link is gonna work. Boom, doesn't. No bats. How exactly does one have media for bats? But it was the roles. I hated bats. Still do. Much better ways of doing it now. I had a vanilla server with some builds that I wanted people to join for a while. I don't remember whose builds were whose. This was just how everyone built back in the day. Obsidian tools. I had fun with this. I was really missing some of the equivalent exchange tools, and I wanted to make something kind of similar. I remember I coded this up in college. I coded this up when I was supposed to be in class. I actually skipped class, stayed in the cafeteria, and wrote that mod. And then I forgot about the colored planks and the fact that I loved the colored planks and Sphax BD Craft so much I wrote a compatibility resource pack for it. Of course, people saying this is not distinguished. Of course it's not. There was a downloader for this that was like one of the Yogbox style downloaders. Oh, God. Bulls, pigmen, completely uninteresting. I don't know why I bothered. Anyways, so yeah, that's why I just kind of don't. That's why I don't anymore. Oh yeah, I forgot that this one was an MCMMO server too. That was fun. God, so long ago. So long ago. Yeah. Don't know why this blew up. Blew up. I mean, that's a lot of people. Anyways, I don't even know how to access this account anymore. It's not even connected correctly to things anymore. But yeah, so that's the story. That's where it all started. You can see All-Star would regularly comment on things like here and there. Although I don't know when the last time he did. Fair enough. Yeah, this was back when you had to associate your own block and item IDs completely by hand. And, like, any of the custom tool materials you added, you had to, if you weren't using Forge, were going to be incompatible. So yeah, that's why, like, there's a series of stuff that I've done over time. Kind of took a break between 1.4 and 1.10. A lot of it was also stuff I deleted because it was bad. I really did a lot of Harmonious engineering. It was fun. I actually really enjoyed it. Man, what else? There's a lot of stuff. Forge Serve Let's Play was fun. My 110 Let's Play. I actually forgot about this. I tried doing a week of Minecraft. That way I could just kind of like record overviews of things for some time, and that didn't really work well. It was too long for people to really stay interested in. I really enjoyed that one, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's see, 110. Playback speed 2 times. Go fast. Which world would this have been? This one. This one was actually great. I forgot about this world. I tried to get into like every mod like I always tried to. I did a big ol' actually additions automation setup. Quantum Quarry. Things were so different back then. I forgot about this room. That's right. That's right. I forgot that I made... I used Super Circuit Maker in this pack. I forgot this, but I made, with Super Circuit Maker, a disk defragmenter because a refined storage at the time had a bug where sometimes if you had like a storage drawer wall with a higher priority than your disks, there was the occasional blip where things would still go into your disk drives instead of your wall of storage drawers like they were supposed to. And so I made a disk defragmenter that once every like hour would pull all the drives out of the disk drive, would re-import everything one by one, and then move them back. I forgot about that. I used power cells like crazy. I don't I don't like... Here we go. Here's the disc defragmenter. This was wild. Forgot about this world. I really wish I still had this. I had this until 2 frickin' years ago. I had this world and this mod pack still around until 2 years ago when GD Launcher, when you uninstall it, had the option to delete your app data. And I did not think that it would have the gall to delete my instances, but it did. Still pissed about that. Still pissed about that. That's why I don't give a crap what updates GD Launcher does. From here on out, I forget about it. It can eat shit and die. I made a little juice at the top. This was my drawer window up in the attic. Like, I had all these drawers put together. I was actually really proud of this house. This is where my building started to get better. My botanic setup with my Kikimurus consumers and stuff all set up. I'm just speeding through this. This was where all my cake was being made. I made a little basement room for this with cows and wheat being farmed and stuff. This was using AgriCraft. I forgot AgriCraft was good in this version. Man, the nostalgia. And then I had this auto processing setup for ores that was really big. Like, it would smelt stuff all the way across using minecarts and using conveyor belts. So this was my industrial building, and stuff would be crushed here, but then smelted in the induction smelter back at home. So things would go from home over to here, get processed, turn into dust, and go back home to be smelted again at the industrial, or at the induction smelter that I already had set up, just for the sake of convenience. And this mod pack is the same. This is the last time that I got into blood magic all the way through. So that's why when I say I don't know blood magic and I've had to learn a lot about it, this is why. I didn't know a lot about blood magic. This is where all my power production was being done. I forgot about this as well. I had a bunch of these guys. You can tell I liked these. Some fake smokestacks with no smoke in them, because that wasn't really a thing you could do back then. This was recurrent complexes stuff that I reused and made a wither killer out of. Completely automated wither killer. Using the lasers from Actually Editions, and then the loot would go into the chest, and the light would turn back on once the wither was dead, just to ensure that you didn't do anything. I built a little nether behind the portal with the OG roots, like, stuff, which was fun. This was the starter house, which I turned into a tinker smeltery later. My apiary that was B-shaped. I got really into everything. And this is the last time I got into blood magic. You had to have beacons in the 4 corners instead of hellforged ingots, or block of hellforged ingots. So it was really different back then. You can see I was doing the Everfull Sorrow, whatever thing, where you just continue to sap the health off of creatures. And the way that I kept them alive was by putting them on the undead soil from Tinkers that would heal the undead whenever they're standing on them. So they'd get hurt and then healed. God, I did so much in this world, and none of it lagged on my crappy computer of several years ago. My automated farm. Like, I really tried to do things differently, except for the fishers. Those were just always going to be weird. I forgot that I had these little pylons set up from Roots. I really miss Roots. I wish that the new Roots Redux was compatible with data pack stuff better than it is. And then this was my Ender IO farm. This was my redstone farm. I don't even remember why I needed redstone all the time, but it was for something. This was my enchanting area with my Psi books and stuff. This was my to-do list. This was where I kept track of things that I wanted to do. Circuits. I did a few circuits, but I didn't do that many. Oh, I forgot about this. This was how I got around to the various dimensions. I made this cool little teleporter room. And I had these little teleporting rooms everywhere. I really loved pointing at things by spamming my sword in that direction. This is where I had my infernal bees. Ah, I forgot about this. I set up this big eyeball base in the end. It looked super cool on the map, but I pointed it the wrong way. And then this is my Guardian of Gaia farm, essentially. It wasn't really a farm. It was just a safe place to do the big murdering. Man, I spent so much time in this world. God, I forgot how much time I spent. Industrial Craft was also really fun in this version because it was just barely Gregified. Yeah, Psy. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. Actually, yeah, that's the one. So it allows you to do programming, like very lightweight programming. It hasn't been updated in a minute. Allows you to do very lightweight programming that... Oh, that's cool. They have a spell compendium. I didn't know about this. That lets you put together spells, kind of like Ars Nouveau, where you assemble spells through a process of like, here's what I want to do first and next, but it gets really complicated inside. Like you can do vectors and stuff, like vector math, like what am I looking at? And then you can export them. So I have, for the longest time, I have kept the Yogbox installer. No, that's not what I'm looking for. What is this PDF, actually? What is this Millionaire PDF? Oh, wow. This is... I didn't realize the Millionaire developer was like a serious freaking nerd. 2011. Like, that person clearly coded for a company before making Millionaire. Where is it? Here we go. I keep all my Psi spells. I kept them in an RTF for the longest time. This was where all my spells were kept. So I had Break Block, Conjure Light, Ranged, which would, like, do these connections and stuff. Well, it was updated 2 weeks ago. It hasn't been updated to 120 yet. I guess that's really what I meant. I had a 3x1 mining, which you could put on a pickaxe to extend your mining. And it just consumed a magic that you didn't really need to refill. It was just simple. And you could import spells from JSON files. So that's what I have here. And then... here's all my lost instances. Trapeze Swinger Custom Single Player was the one that was... lost, I think. Forgecraft didn't really matter. Yeah, it was pretty neat. No, here we go. This was the... Here's the Let's Play world that I lost. So the file is here, but if I open any of them, they're corrupted. I have the list of every file, which was really helpful for rebuilding some of these instances that I really wanted, because I had the mod names all there. But... I don't know that this was the right one, actually. Hang on. Because we wouldn't have had mix-ins yet. My SevTech Ages world, gone. No, GD Launcher deleted all the files, and I used a recovery software to restore them. They were gone. I use an SSD, not a hard drive, so they were gone, like super gone. Anyways, that's enough sulking in the past. We have quests to write. It's already been almost 2 hours, an hour and a half, and I've barely written any quests. Let me go get some more hydration. I'll be right back, and then we will do some more. Oh, good night, RageCron. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Sorry that I didn't do much Minecrafting stuff, but I'll be back in just a few. This song is also pretty fitting for a break. Forgot I muted my microphone because I definitely was taking a snack and social media break as well. Just chilling out for a minute. All right. Hope you guys took a second to take a break as well. At the very least, you got a break from listening to me blabber for so far an hour and a half and counting. So, we fixed the loot table thing. That wasn't that big of a priority, but I have ADHD brain, so if I didn't do it immediately, it wasn't going to get done. Plain and simple. All right, quests. So... No, you're good. You're good. I had a fun, like, it's fun to recount this stuff. Yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot better in quality and in game design as a whole. Like, ever since I started at free range and I've gotten into, like, all of the nitty-gritty, believe me, every bit of it, I've come to have a better appreciation for user experience in, like, terms of quality and immersion and kind of building things together from another player's perspective instead of just my own. And so that's part of why I really enjoyed Harmonious Engineering 3 way more than 1 or 2. 1 and 2. 2 is basically just an update to 1. I shouldn't have made it a new major version. 1 was a mess. 2 was a slightly more refined mess. 2.5 would have fixed a couple of things, but I never bothered releasing it because it needed way more polish. I do still have it around, but it just needed a lot of work. And then 3 was right. 3 felt good. And this pack feels really good. It has very similar bones, and I like that. I actually feel confident that this is going to work out well from a enjoyability experience kind of thing. All right. So, starting primitive. The pool of blood stored. To turn a crimson gem into something much more than the sum of its parts. Say primitive blood orb of sorts would unlock the ability to permanently store life essence I really wish there's a way to just say, like, hey, pick from the most recent set of rewards, because the rewards for this are going to be pretty much, like, the same. 4 to 8 nuggets of experience. Like, Harmonious Engineering did one thing right, and that was to not give a lot of quest rewards that made later quests easier. You know? So, let's see. Really, this should be here with a dependency on blank slates. Or do I do it with a dependency on blank slate? That way it doesn't draw the line, but there is a dependency there. I don't remember. Eh. Everybody, enjoy your coconut mulling. You know what? I actually really like the way that I wrote this. I'm not going to change it. I love it when it does this. You can upgrade it to a tier 2 altar, which is capable of storing more life. It keeps letting you type, it just stops rendering it correctly. So it's and crafting even more with crafting even more advanced. Even more than before. Carved stone. Because you use this to make blank runes, so in case you didn't get enough or you need more, we'll give you some more. Sure. Alright, before I forget, save on server right now. Alright, that gives you a couple of these. Also, again, gives you a way to skip this entire chapter. Let's see, blank rune, apprentice blood orb. Reinforced slates are going to be used in ritual stones. With the discovery of improved, or with the discovery, well actually, hang on, with the creation formation of a tier 2 blood altar, you are now able to store enough blood to better imbue to ritual stones, and many new sigils, as well as the ability to perform some very simplistic rituals. We'll do blank slate. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, I forgot to put in there. That doesn't really feel like it needs to be its own page, to be honest. Forge weapons that will harvest the will from creatures without the need of a snare. That works. We'll give you a few more snares because these things aren't the best to craft. Save on server now. I'm going to keep on pressing that and making it a remark so that I remember. Right, I changed the Dagger of Sacrifice to use Vampire Blade. It seemed kind of fitting. How interesting. Neat. What do you want? What are you selling? Yeah, I don't need any of this. But I'll take your emeralds. All right. So let's see. I realize this should probably be light red. I like the way that I worded that quest, so we're going to save because I don't want to rewrite that a third time. Can't think of a subtitle for that one. All right, so let's see. Reinforced slate needs a subtitle.
Welcome back, RageCron. I can't think of a stupid subtitle for this, so we're just gonna stick with no subtitle for now. Not much. We did a couple of quests so far. I'm just trying to book through this and just get this done. So, we've just been working on quests, chatting ever so slightly. Chat and I got coconut mauled. That was it. So we need to write up about how to get to the dungeon. I'm thinking what we do. The antechamber imbued slate. Yeah, okay. So this is where things got really weird, and I had to like redo a lot of ordering and stuff because like it's kind of I don't think that quest is necessary, you know? Like I think your next quest should be antechamber through imbued slates. And then getting into the arc. I'm looking for the one with diamond on it. Unbreaking 3 book was my reward for this one. For quest coins, no, I've never really done the quest coin system. I don't hate that. It's been more work than I've ever really looked into. Apprentice Blood Orb. Let's see, edit dependencies. As you further your reading in the Sanguine Scientium. It just takes a lot of work. And I don't actually have any coins in this pack from any of the other mods. Like, I don't have thermal in this pack. Even though it's been ported now, I've decided to just leave it out and keep things as is, because I want to go with some of the smaller and less appreciated mods. Not that Mechanism is by any means small, but it's like people tend to go straight for thermal, and it's great and all. I like it a lot, but take a break from your mods that you're used to and try something new. It makes things interesting, keeps things interesting. That's what I'm doing with this pack. Yeah. That's what I really like to focus. So I'm really I struggle with mod packs because I like to keep things in a small and like niche set of mods where it's like it's some of the common ones, the ones that people like to use, the ones that people know or recognize, and some of them that are like new but are really well polished. And so I struggle because there's 4 categories of mods that I really enjoy and look out for. There's structure slash biome mods, things that add world generation. I really like to find good world generation, good structures, cool things to find, reasons to go exploring. I think those are great. There's like quality of life and decorative mods, which are technically 2, but like I like people to be able to fancy up their homes, to be able to do day-to-day stuff that you would normally do in vanilla Minecraft, but with flair, with a sense of new enjoyment, something different to do. And then of course there's magic mods, which I like to find some of the different ones, some of the smaller ones. I love to cross-integrate mods as well. You'll find that a lot in my pack here. And in my other packs, I like to do cross-mod integration a ton. And then there's tech mods. Same thing with magic. I love cross-mod integration. So we'll come with new quartz. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Inversion pillar. We'll do that. Experience. We'll give you quite a bit for this one. Stop. Yeah, I've got friends who are the same way, who just really like to explore, they like to build a couple of things, and they just mostly stay vanilla. And that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, create's pretty fun. Tau fruits. Tau fruit. Planting these tau fruit in tilled soil will grow like normal. Creature. When a creature wanders over top of these fruit while they grow, by bone meal. Fair enough. Yeah, that I run into that every now and then. That's for sure. So let's see. The antechamber. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I've had a couple where I've just ended up playing a server completely on my own. It's not ideal. Real quick, I'm going to go take a very short break to take off the sweater. I'm starting to get pretty hot. All right.
Narrator, off.
I don't remember all the names. Okay, so this is where I need to refresh myself a little bit. Oh my god. The NBT data on that. I bet I'll fill the... Yep. Fill the chat. That's all the maps that I have in my map atlas. Recipe-wise, I'd say about 80%. Quest-wise, I'd say about 50%. I hope, this is not a promise, but I hope that by February this pack is done and released. Yeah, I'd say so. Mind you, it's kind of like quest writing is very difficult for me because not only do I have to document all of the changes that I've made to recipes, not all of them, but a lot of them, or document that in a way that shows or indicates the progression that I want you to take, but I also need to write creative second person or third person. I think these are written kind of in the third person quest line texts that are difficult to come up with. In Harmonious Engineering, I did third person as well, kind of in this research dialogue format that I liked a lot. So I'm continuing with it. I want to see something real quick. Is this the same inversion pillar? How does it know which one it is? I was going to say, I hear you. Where are you? I imagine I'll also get phantoms here pretty soon. Oh, good grief, you're fast. And you're doing some damage, jeez. I'm wearing full netherite. Holy crap, dude. Perish already, jeez. There we go. And there's my phantoms. Nope, thought I heard them. Okay, at least the loot was good. Hard to be mad with loot this good. Yeah, I've already got one of those. I've already got a few of those. All right. Well, fair enough. Hey, why didn't you go away? Should also put that away. And we are full up on rotten flesh, so that can't really go away. This probably lives in miscellaneous gear, I'm guessing. Oh, no, that's right. I recycled all these. Because you can just craft saddles. I need to fix that too, though. Saddles should not be craftable. Because they also give you iron nuggets in their uncrafting recipe. Which I'm quite alright with. I just think saddles should stay rare. I don't actually have a big problem with that. As big of a problem as I probably should have, to be honest. I also don't need that. And you can go here, and you can go here. All right. So I'm really happy with it. I just don't know how to do... Maybe we should do a observation of set block, blood magic, demonite, ore? No? What the heck is this called? Dungeon ore. What a stupid name. Sure, you can have a lot of XP for this. Nope. I should probably write something about that, though. I should also fix this. You should be... I don't like rotating icons. I'm gonna be honest with you, when I see changing icons in a quest, it bothers me. There, I think that's good. I think we can tighten up the spacing a tiny bit. No, I don't know that that really works. Whoops. Yeah, that's all right. These big ones never really know how to behave. I really can just do it manually, though. 13, right? 13.5. Hey. All right. All right, RageCron, good night. The other thing is, like, the Sanguine Scientium is very well detailed, and JEI is very well detailed, and things that aren't obvious are usually written in tooltips by me. So I feel like as much as this is pretty bare bones for blood magic, I think this is enough to tell you, hey, here's the bare minimum you need to get to the next chapter. All right, so you need one of the two, and I'm going to make it so that you need either one of the two. So that way, if you choose to skip the chapter, this should unlock. No bunks allowed. Ah, yes, right. And before I forget, we're going to save that on the server, and I'm going to push that to Git. Cool. So that's that. Now, I've already flown through Embers. Little known fact, I did this without you guys. I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Frankly, should have probably done this, but I didn't. So this is where I was doing my Ember Bore. Right here, you can see I've got my 3 pieces of bedrock all revealed. I had a little door and everything, but I ended up getting enough Ember, so like we good. So now I've got quite a bit of Ember Crystal, Shard, and Grit. I have also, as indicated by this bundle, gotten quite a bit into Embers. And as indicated by this chest. So Embers has been good. It has been fun. I have enjoyed it. GG's. But I skipped right through it and I hardly remember what I did. So I should probably redo a lot of this so that I can remember what I did and document it this time. Because there's a lot of cool stuff in Embers that I didn't do. Just didn't get to it. And then the update that they just released adds a bunch of new stuff that was ported back, which is pretty neat. Well, that's fun. Yeah, this thing does move kind of weirdly every now and then. Yeah. I didn't get into any of the alchemy at all, which I should have. I didn't. I knew exactly what I needed, which was andesite alloy, and I made a bunch. 53. It's just the configs. I don't ship any of the resource packs or mods in GitHub. Here's the repo if you want it. Again, it's just bare bones scripts, configs, default configs. No resource packs, except for the ones that I've made that are shipped in the cube.js folder. None of that. Let's see. I've got about another hour left until I need to go get started on dinner, I think. So let's see what we can do in the meantime. I think we can delete this. I think we're good without the overview now. May as well go ahead and do... And wire coil. Let's change this to an MV1. Pneumatic craft and 8. So let's do and 7. Helps if I do and not asterisk. Pneumatic craft probably actually should be white instead of... I'm not really sure actually what color it should be. Oh, you know what? Let's do green. We haven't done green yet. And let's do gray for you. And then for create... Yeah, that works. Hey, that looks pretty fun. There, that's less obnoxious to look at. Okay, so I know to get started with embers, I needed a boar. I think this is part of why there are no bundles in vanilla Minecraft, is because bundles are mega jank. They're not like super jank, but they definitely aren't the most reliable that they could be. So Ember Receptor, Ember Emitter. I do remember using a bunch of the item pipes and item extractors. Those are going to be useful. Fluid vessels are great. They're mighty helpful. Stamper and Stamp Base. Mixer Centrifuge was how I made alloys, but you don't actually end up needing that in the end. Ingot Stamp. Should go and put that there. Take a nap real quick. Also, a really cool thing, I reconfigured Hourglass. So if we take a look at the random tick speed, it's 3, right? Well, if I go to sleep, it'll increase while I'm asleep. So that time actually accelerates. And that goes for tile entities as well. And so now if I look at it again, it's back to 3, like it should be. It's very cool, and it makes me very excited. I think that's going to be fun. I do think I'm going to have to disable... I'm not sure. Should I leave this in as your tick accelerating mechanic? Or should I disable the hammocks? Because with hammocks and beds, both accelerating time, it leads to the ability to tick accelerate a bunch of stuff, but it's not like it really is that, like... I don't know. It feels like the right way to do tick acceleration if you're gonna do tick acceleration. It's very subtle. It's very intuitive as far as game mechanics go. I don't tend to like it tick acceleration. I use it in packs when it's there, but I like this. I feel like this is a fun way of doing it. One that, again, makes sense. Tick acceleration IRL works the same way. Just go to sleep to pass the time. It's how I got through most of my weekend in juvie when I was a kid. But we're not here to talk about that. How are y'all doing? My god, the MBT on this frickin' book is enough to kill a world. We're getting close to the point of needing to cull the cow selection. So, or the sheep selection, really. Let's breed a few and bonk a few, I guess. I think I've just got too many sheep. I don't even need all this wool. I'll need it for AE2, but... I mean, for AE2, I like the covered cables a lot. But I really don't need this much wool. Or leather or beef. Look at my backpack. I've got enough food. I keep on exploring new food options because I'm trying to clean up my coverage a little bit. Well, I didn't mean to kill the cow, but whatever. Keep getting pushed around. Like that. Whoops. That feels better. I think that's enough sheep. That's definitely enough mutton. But yeah, like my cupboards over here are getting full. And so I've been trying to, like, make just random stuff, you know? So this took up the walnuts and acorns I had, and it took up all of the blueberries that I had, because I had, not all, but a bunch of the blueberries I had, because I had a bunch of blueberries. This was to get rid of some of the mutton that I had. I now have way more mutton, so I'm kind of SOL there. This as well. Wait, no, this was to get rid of the hoglin meat, I think. That's right, it was for the hoglin meat. Obviously, we have a lot of pumpkin pie because it makes you fast. Dumplings helped me get rid of all the chicken we had left over from the chicken massacre. This helped me get rid of some of the eggs. I believe it's pretty clear what this helped me do as well. And then plate of roast chicken came from our roast chicken, which helped me get rid of, you might be able to guess, the chicken. And I still have 1,100 eggs, so there's that going for me, which is a nightmare right now. $133 wool. That's a lot of wool. It's a lot of wool. Because, yeah, wool is used for a bunch of the decorations. Apparently, it's used for rope pulleys. It's used for covered cables, which are used for smart cables and such. That's it. That's really all I needed any of this for. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I also made brush up compatibility for the trash slot. It's not perfect. I messed up this part. This corner is shaded wrong. It should be shaded like this corner here, but it's actually shaded like this corner. You really notice it at times. But it definitely looks better. All right. What else do we have to put away? I don't know what I'm going to do with all this mutton. Or all this leather, honestly. Zoom in. I don't even have enough tomatoes for this, I just realized. Sorry. For this I meant for more of the pasta with mutton chop. I can make more. It's not impossible. We've got the sigil of the Green Grove and enough bone meal to choke a man. But it just has me wondering, like, should I just make mutton wraps instead? Probably. Putting my brain into it, I'm kind of thinking mutton wrap. Because I've got bread. I've got plenty of bread, and I can make way more. We're going to cook those, and then I'm going to sleep through the day to tick accelerate them. So now, look at that, 15 bread done. Pretty fun. I'm a big fan of that. I also got to cook all this meat, which sucks. Sorry for the mouse jitter, by the way. I don't have a macro for this. I have a mouse that can do macros. I just refuse to use the crappy software. So I'm actually doing this by hand, with both hands clicking my right mouse button back and forth. I'm very old school like that. Good grief, we're gonna have so much stuff. There, you get cooked. We'll go take a nap through the day. And I'm still gonna need more bread. Oh, right. I forgot I had this. We're good. We're actually still gonna be short. Outstanding. It's nice to take a break from the pack development side of things every now and then and just play for a minute. Lord knows there's enough. You know what? Let's start to get the images put together for this. All right, I love it when they do icons, because then I can actually use that. Cube.js, assets, textures, quest images, chapter, PNC, create mod. Don't think they have a better icon than the one that I already have. No, they don't. Immersive engineering. I don't think it has a better one either, but let's go take a peek. Oh yeah, there's this one. I forgot about this one. And then mechanism. I don't know if it has one either. Yeah, it does. Nice. So what we can do is you know what? Let's not. Let's edit this. Cube.js : oh, you're gonna make me reload the texture indexes? I don't wanna. Fine. Here, we'll copy this. Let's see, PNC. Dependency for the image. Hey, nice. Now we can move this to 0, 0. I actually didn't know that the aspect ratio thing was a thing. I've actually done them all manually so far. So that's that one. We'll do another image for immersive. And this one, I'm going to scale down a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Are you still 0, 0? You are. Delightful. Mechanism. We'll probably have to offset that a tiny bit. But that's okay. So now all the quest chapters have their corresponding iconography, except for Blood Magic, which didn't have one, so I made this one. Using a sigil that I tinted red with a darker or lighter red outline, and then using a font that I found online from my reliable monospace source. Not monospace, free font. What is it called? What is it even called? I've kept this thing around for like 8 years. It's called Pentacom. It's a Japanese website from Bit Font Maker. This is actually an incredibly good resource. If you ever need it, love this. You can preview all the fonts. You can go by popularity or recency. I believe M5x7 I found on here at one point. No. Where did I find M5x7? I use M5x7 all the time, but I don't know where I found it. I love this one. It's a 5x7 font. Even the background is made of the font, which is funny. But yeah, great little site. Strongly recommend. Bread. Gotta get these real quick. Make those. It's a lot of mutton. There's a lot of this stuff that I should probably clean up. Put elsewhere, etc. So why don't we figure that out real quick? Yeah, that'll work. All right. Well, I think I should go cook dinner. But I do still enjoy, like, I'm having a great time streaming, and I really want to get some more of the Embers questing done, and then we can play some Create after the Embers questing is done. Whoops. Well, I'm here now. So, how about I go take a break? It'll probably be like an hour and a half. I'm making chicken piccata from scratch-ish tonight, so it'll take a minute. But when I'm done, I will stream again. Same notification, same whatever. So give me about an hour and a half or so, and I'll see you guys again, because I'm having a great time. And it's the last day of my holiday break, unless I take tomorrow off, which I might, because I'm not really feeling rested, thanks to a chaotic week. Anyways, thank you guys so very much for hanging out, and I'll see you soon. Take care, y'all. Bye.